Beyond Goodbye is a podcast that explores dying, death, and grief, and therefore may contain sensitive or distressing material that could be triggering for some individuals, and is not suitable for all listeners. Therefore, listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Beyond Goodbye. I am your host, Angela Sturm. This podcast has been my passion project for the past 6 months, and I am so pleased to be able to offer this to my community. The podcast is all about how do we navigate losing someone we love? Is what we feel normal? Why are people so uncomfortable talking about death? And why is it so hard to support those who have lost loved ones? I wanted to provide a platform where we can come together and engage in robust conversations around death, grief, and how through the transformative power of loss, we can find a life worth living again. I'd like to take a moment and tell you a little bit about myself. In July of 2021, my mom passed away from a horrible disease. Then 2 months later, 2 of my 3 children were murdered. As expected, I found myself in a very dark place, a situation that in a million years I would never have thought I'd find myself in. This experience brought to my front steps so many foreign emotions that I couldn't even put words to them. I felt lost and alone, even though I had an army of friends and family supporting me. As part of my healing journey, I began to think about how could I, 1, honor my mom and my children, 2, give back to the community who gave us so much, and 3, help those who want to support us understand what we need. And as I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, it hit me. Why not create a podcast? Thus, Beyond Goodbye was birthed. Now, I am not a licensed psychologist, nor an expert on the brain or how loss and grief affect our minds and bodies, but I do know intimately what loss feels like and how it affected my body and mind. And I've spent a lot of time learning how to manage it all and still find peace. I want to share what I've learned, and I want others to share what they've learned. We will have weekly podcasts with real stories of loss and survival, as well as expert interviews and information on what the trauma of loss does to us. I am really honored to walk this path with you all, and my hope is that together we find life after loss. Our first episode will drop Tuesday, September 21st, and in that episode, my son and I will tell our story, and we will talk about grief versus grieving. So go down right now and hit subscribe and like, and I look forward to next week's discussion.